Three best friends find out their families have to move from their homes to make room for a freeway.
You do understand this is our last night together. Look, Munch, if we don't go now, we'll never go. We won't even be here.
But when a mysterious message is received, they decide to go on one last adventure together.
What do you think that is? You think that's a road?
What they discover will change their lives forever in Earth to Echo.
Hi, I'm Kevin, and I'm here with Scott and Aaron, and we are going to talk about my second most anticipated movie of the summer, Earth to Echo. We've all just seen it. I'm going to go first.
Poor Kevin. You go first,
This is the
buddy.
best intro you've ever given.
I'm so sorry that I thought this was going to be any good. It's a lame ripoff of E.T., Goonies, Super 8, and it really is like a direct ripoff of all those movies.
Yeah. It is extremely derivative. There are scenes lifted out of those movies. The last scene of this film is absolutely a ripoff of the last scene of Super 8.
Exactly.
Listen, the movie poster where you have the finger touching
Thank
Echo.
you.
Oh, God.
I mean, it's
Like they knew what they were doing, right.
See, the problem is when you try to pay tribute to great movies like that, you draw comparisons to the movie you're watching, and they're often unfavorable.
Well, just don't rip it off as much. I mean, you can do an homage or use pastiche or whatever, but don't. It's
But
just,
listen,
there's nothing unique about it.
You had a movie like Super 8, which is a superior film and a good movie, but still not great because you're watching that movie thinking, oh, that's Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Oh, that's E.T. Those are better movies. Why am I watching this? And I felt that way a lot with Earth to Echo. It was such a shameless ripoff of Goonies and E.T. that I felt like it just drew attention to the fact that it was not those films.
All right, are you from space? Woo!
Are you a robot? Do you eat humans?
Oh, it's perfect. Perfect. Do you like Earth? Why doesn't he like Earth?
It feels long, and it's not even. It's like an hour and a half.
I was struggling
I was
to keep my eyes
yawning.
open.
Even an hour and a half, it
Yeah.
felt long. And we talked about this too right after the movie. The big emotional moment, this doesn't give anything away.
When was that?
But the big emotional moment that you're supposed to get you right in the heart, it didn't feel earned.
I honestly don't even know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna say something. I will say clearly, it's a kids movie. It's gonna have a happy ending. So when they're kind of saying goodbye, the kid that hardly had any dialogue in the whole movie has the big emotional like, "You're my best friend." I'm like, you met him 8 hours ago and he said nothing. And it looks like is it an alien? Is it a robot? Or is it from Clash of the Titans? I don't know what it is. It's like a little owl robot, and it coos a couple times, and that's about it.
I had a strong reaction after we saw the film. We talked about it in the lobby afterwards, but I thought about it, and even though I still can't say I really love the movie, it does have its charms and its merits. And I think if we're watching it at home, if you're watching it at home,
Scott.
you put the kids in front of the TV
What are
while
you
you go to the American Cinematheque and watch 2001: A Space Odyssey. Let them watch Earth to Echo.
Fine, yeah,
the kids will be fine.
You could put it on as a babysitter, but there are way better movies. Have them watch E.T. instead.
Yeah, for sure.
Or anything.
Watch The Matrix. There's a movie for the kids.
Could you imagine?
Good movie for the
All right,
kids.
well, let's talk about. We don't want to talk too much about the actors. They're kids.
Yeah.
And they're fine for what they are. I had a problem with the director's choice of how they were going to have the kid whose actor name is Astro, who played pretty much the narrator of the whole movie.
Right.
But he had this accent like he was from Brooklyn, New York.
Well, he is
He
from
was
Brooklyn.
really, but
The kid is actually from Brooklyn too.
I know, but his parents weren't like that, and they kind of were in this suburban area. But the way he spoke and the way he was kind of obnoxiously talked throughout the whole thing, and he narrates everything. So after a while, I'm like, oh my God, shut him up, because he doesn't stop talking.
Yeah.
And then at the end, he starts taking credit for everything. Like, look what we did. I'm like, you didn't do that. It's a spaceship, for God's sakes.
It's not that the kids are bad as actors. It's just that they have nothing to do. Their characters are very flat and one-dimensional.
Agreed.
The best character is Munch.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's weird and nerdy and is, I guess,
He was
comic
vulnerable.
relief and is also when he's in the truck bed and he's like crying and stuff. That was funny.
By the time this movie...
He was crying and he was funny.
Yeah, it was
You're a
funny.
horrible person.
It
He was
was
crying.
funny.
He was upset.
He was gonna be fine. It's a kids movie.
Listen, by the time Earth to Echo comes out on Blu-ray, DVD,
Next week.
Netflix streaming, And you're going to have a choice. Do I watch Earth to Echo or do I watch E.T. the Extraterrestrial?
Watch something else.
Obviously, E.T. is the
Super
movie you're
8,
going to want to watch.
Either one.
But, you know, maybe it's you don't have it, or maybe it's not on Netflix. Earth to Echo, again, there is a little bit of charm to
Starman.
it.
Watch
It's 90
Starman.
minutes. Starman's a great movie.
I know, show them that.
I actually thought that you guys would be. I thought I would be the one to trash this movie.
No.
And I'm like saying, wait a minute, okay, it's a little charming.
No.
I was really holding out. I was doing my best not to hate it immediately, but it did a really good job of making me dislike
All right, guys,
it.
you win. I freaking hated this movie. I mean, like, we just kept looking at each other. I'm looking at my watch.
Yeah.
Oh, it was bad.
Just watch E.T. and Super 8 in the same night, and you'll get everything that this movie is trying to give you, except much better. Skip it.
Earth to Echo is not without its charms, but it doesn't echo long enough to leave a lasting impression. Skip it.
Earth to Echo is the Mac and Me of this generation, but not as good. Skip it.
Cheers! Cheers! Here's the Mac and Me!
So good. It's no Phantom Menace.